Hello and welcome back, Funkoverse fans, for another tier list. This is tier list number 2, and today we're going to be looking at the DC101 and the DC102 pack, rounding out the DC packs for this tier list. In today's pack, we got Robin, Catwoman, Wonder Woman, and the Cheetah. And let's take a look at their abilities, and then we'll throw them in the tier list and see where they end up. So let's take a look at them here in game. Here we go, we got Robin, Catwoman, Wonder Woman, and the Cheetah. We'll start with our buddy boy Robin here. He's a red-blue character with a defense of 2. His trait is at the start of the game, give one of your allies the partner status card. And here's the status card. That kind of just lines him up with his other abilities. At the beginning of the game, you just kind of pick a partner, one of your other 2 or 3 characters that you have on your team, and he's Robin's partner. And that coordinates with some of his abilities. Right here we've got for blue 2, so if you're going to spend this token, you take your blue and put it on the 2 of the cooldown. And it's a challenge 2, Robin's partner may do a basic move. So if Robin can challenge, his partner with the partner card can do a basic move if you use the 2. His second ability is Coordinated Strike, it's a red 3. Another challenge 2, and then Robin's partner can do a challenge 2. And then his third ability is a blue 2, and it's Provide Backup. If Robin can see his partner and his partner is within 4 squares, place Robin adjacent to his partner. So he's kind of a red-blue assist character. You really have to work in tandem with your partner. Say Catwoman was my partner. You really have to be able to see your partner in order to use Provide Backup to kind of come over and help maybe. And you really have to be close to another rival in order to challenge, in order to use these first 2 abilities, which kind of makes him kind of a little bit lackluster. There's no movement with him. You have to be next to somebody. There's no range. So he's okay, but I wish he had a little bit more range. Let's take a look at Catwoman here, our second character from the DC101 expansion. Catwoman is blue-gray. She has 1 defense. And her trait is, when Catwoman shifts off the cooldown track, you may place her on any square a rival cannot see, except your opponent's starting area. That really makes her a nightmare in flags, or any game type like territory where maybe you can sneak her in a spot where somebody can't see and just easily get her in the territory. Her trait is pretty good. Her abilities are, for a 3 blue, you get second chances, do a basic challenge. If you lose, do a basic challenge to the same target, which is pretty good. Gives you 2 chances at a 50-50. Cartwheel is a move 4, and you can only do it once per turn, and that's for a blue 2. That's pretty crazy movement. And then for a gray 1, you can do a basic challenge and steal an item from your opponent. So if you were playing with an item card and she gets to do even the odds on them, she gets to do a basic challenge and take the item, which is pretty cool. That's a good challenge. Our next character from DC pack, this is from the 102 pack. This is Wonder Woman. She's a yellow-red. When Wonder Woman or an adjacent ally would roll a dice, you get the champion dice. So you can use the dice for her or an adjacent ally. She has a defense of 2. Take a look at the defense die here. So it's got couple of defense. It's only got defenses and crits. So if you're on defense, this is a really good dice to have in your pocket to defend yourself with. Either her and her adjacent ally you can use it on offense to attack to try to get that lucky crit, but I would probably use it more for defense. Let's look at her first ability. It's Fight for Justice. Move 2, challenge 1. Increase this challenge by a number equal to your target's defense. That's pretty good. So if you were to move 2 and then challenge 1 plus Robin's defense, which is 2, it'd be a 3. Or it'd be a move 2, challenge 2 against Catwoman since she only has 1 defense. Her second ability is for 2 yellow, it's Divine Resolve. Stand Wonder Woman up, push all adjacent rivals 1 away, and then Wonder Woman can do this while knocked down. It's like Batman's stand up, or later on we'll look at Darkwing, he's got a stand up move, but hers allows people to push, or allows her to push rivals. It's very good. Get people away from you and kind of make some space. Her third ability is a yellow 2, it's Inspire Courage. You get to move 2 and do an assist action. You also get to take your champion die off the cooldown. Every time you use the champion die, it goes on the 2 of your cooldown. This ability right here, Inspire Courage, lets you shift it off if you really want to get that back in your hand and need it for defense. Inspire Courage is kind of like Morty's move to assist or interact, but it doesn't give you the interact, it does give you the assist. Wonder Woman's really good. I'll rank her up in one of my top players. I enjoy playing her quite a bit. Let's look at our last character from the DC set. It is the Cheetah. The Cheetah is red-blue, has a defense of 2, and her trait is, while standing, if a rival does an interact action with a point marker or stands up, the Cheetah can move 1. So, very good movement character. If somebody's knocked down and Cheetah sees them and they stand up, Cheetah gets to do a move 1. Or if somebody comes over and interacts with a point and they get the point marker, she gets to do a move 1. So she's very movement based around markers and tokens. Let's take a look at her first ability. Savage Hunger. For 2 blue, you can choose a rival within 2 squares that the Cheetah can see and place her adjacent to them, do a challenge to. So being able to move 2 and challenge 2 is pretty powerful. It's not as good as like Grappling Swing from Batman, but still pretty good. For 3 red, we got Ferocious Slash, which is a challenge 1 plus the highest number where a point marker is on the cooldown. So that's a pretty big challenge. For a 3 red, you can get a challenge 5. So say you just grab the point and somebody's fighting with you for the point, you take the point, and then you can Ferocious Slash, and that's a challenge 5 for a 3 red. Because it's 1 plus the number on the cooldown. That's pretty strong. I mean, it does have a precursor with having to have a point marker on the cooldown. So, I mean, it kind of does limit you. Maybe in some game types you can't get to the point markers, like a territory where it's tough to get to those markers and then get back to the territory in order to fight. Let's look at our last ability. We got Quick Swipe, which is a blue 2. Do an interact action with a point marker and move 2. So that kind of cuts down on the territory problem, where if the territory's in here, you can grab this point and then move 2, and then move another 2 with your second action and kind of get into an area. Or kind of move 2 and then move 2 closer to here. Maybe you're trying to move 2 and then Savage Hunger to move 2 after you've interacted to get yourself out into the alley to move another 2 and attack. She's really got a lot of decent movement moves. The only thing that kind of stinks about her is that Ferocious Slash, you have to have a point marker on the cooldown. And the move 2 is after the interact. I kind of like my moves beforehand. All 4 of these characters are pretty good. I say they each kind of fit a different spot, where Cheetah is a movement character, Wonder Woman's your leader, Catwoman is kind of a flags champion, and Robin is a very heavy support. Let's go ahead and grab our tier list here, and we'll put these guys in here. Let's think hard. I think Robin might be a high C. He's a good complementary character, but if you have a choice between any of these and Robin, I still think you're taking Robin. I think Catwoman is... Man, she's... I want to put her here for now. I think she's an A because her trait and her cartwheel make her an animal on flags. And you can outpace people with it. If you're playing a speed team, you definitely want to see a Catwoman on your team. Maybe here. Maybe a high B. I think the 1 defense kind of limits her. But in flags, she's really good. So it's hard to not put her in A, but we're going to put her in B for now. Wonder Woman, I think, is an animal. Her ability to stand up, her ability to move and attack and move and assist, along with the champion dice, make her really good. I think if you see any of these characters in an order and you had to pick, I think you take Wonder Woman first. And then Cheetah, I think Cheetah is a good movement character, but her challenge is limited by the cooldown track. I don't know if I take her over Joker. I don't know if I take her over Catwoman, to be honest with you. She can't stand up. She moves with point. She only gets 1 movement. I think I'm going to put her here. I think I put her below Catwoman. And that rounds out the 3 DC sets. DC100, DC101, and DC102. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Maybe we'll move these around a little bit later, but for now, this is how I'm going to leave it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit me with a like or a subscribe. Come and find me on Twitch. Here's my Twitch right here. Oh, we don't want to do that. It's twitch.tv/yourbuddyjd. Come find me over on Twitch where we are definitely playing some Funkoverse. We'll teach you some rules if you're lost. Come and enjoy. I hope to see you guys in the next video. And as always, lucky rolling.